So next comes the matrices. So matrix represents the rows and columns. So here, so we have two sets. One represents the row and another represents columns. So here I have to split this as n rows and n columns. So depending upon that, I can separate my command. So we have to use operator called matrix of. So every variable I use the same name so that it will be easy for me to predict the concepts. So next, for this, I have given an example. So the number of rows and number of columns. The first set represents the rows and second set represents the number of columns. Okay, and I can instead use only the rows by using 3 and comma and leave it blank without marking the column. And if I need only the column, I can use comma and 2. And these brackets represent arrays also. And these are the elements. So the elements can be simply written as such, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, all the operators. And these are the statistical operations. So you have almost all the mathematical operations done very simplified in the case of R programming. Yes. And next we are going to see the various useful functions in vectors and matrices. So there are several functions. For example, if I need to use transpose, I can use T of V and T of A. So if I want to inverse something, I can use solve of the particular thing. So if I want to sort it, I can use only one keyword such as sort of. And for statistical calculations, I can use all the elements with the keywords, that is minimum, maximum, mean, median. So these are used for statistical calculations. So the finally, so if I want to go to plot something, then I have to use plot, just plot of. So plot of the variable name x and y from unit online, it will plot me the graph very simply, right? And we can save the plot in all the formats, that is PNG, JPEG, TIFF, and BMP. And packages, as I've said already, there are so many packages in R. So the only thing is we can't, while installing, it's not my procedure to install everything. So whenever I need, I can just extract it and I can just use that particular package. So if you go to library, you can see all the packages. So for example, here I have given a sample data set, that is an iris data set, how to open iris data set, import it, and how to plot it. Yes. So for example, I'm taking the iris data set. So with the help of data, I'm going to list what are the things which is to be loaded in the data set. Now I'm fixing the class object and then I'm going to print the iris data set. So that will be printed. And after printing, if I want to do some changes or plot something, I can plot, I have to select which row and which column to be plotted. So if I represent the rows and columns, it will be plotted like this. It is not the thing you have to take only the concept that is used inside the library. You can use anything outside. You can just call the things using CSV file, text file, and all those similar concepts. And now how to read the data. So if in case I want to read the data, I can use the concepts called read dot the table. And here inside double quotation, I have to represent which table I have to, if it is a text table or it is a CSV file, whatever it is, I have to represent here. Then we have various statements, that is conditional statements, looping. So you people know that condition statement starts with if. So if the condition is true, then print the statement as true, or else move to the else statement and print as false. And conditional statements, we have various things, that is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, and less than equal to. And we have the combined conditions such as and, or, and not. And loops. So loops, obviously we know there are loops such as for loop, while loop. Yes. So for it's very simple to declare all these loops depending upon our programming languages. So we have scripting languages too. So to use scripting languages, I can open the language, I can use the code, I can save it. So whatever it is just in 2 to 3 lines, I can do all these things. All these things after representing this, I will just show a demo. So it will be easier for you to grasp what I'm saying. So here there is a new concept called list. So what is list? Lists are called as ordered collection of objects. So here, for example, if I'm starting a list, the list can be in any type of order. For example, the list can contain the elements such as a string. It has numerical operators, everything. So I think you people already know that if I'm going to use a numeric integer something, there is no need of declaring inside a double quotation. So if I'm using a string, there is the case that I have to declare instead of double, we can use single quotation also. Both represent the same thing. Yes. And instead of this, I can also use the positions. So A of, if I represent the position, it will access that particular list from the element. So to write the function, I have to use function of and pass that argument so that that function will be passed and I can get the particular results. So I have given all the websites where you can download all these are. Before moving on to this, I will show you the basic features where I usually take classes for my students. Yes, here just go to Google and just type whatever programming languages you are reading or you're doing, just go to tutorial, right? Not only are for all the programming language, there is ample number of tutorials. This tutorialpoints.com, W3 schools, Java points. These are very good source of uh, pages where you can read and learn many things. So here today I'm going to show a demo of our programming in W3 schools. Yes. So there's a website where we can work our programming in a live platform. So before moving on to this, the basic thing is we can instead of using our ideally, I want you people to use our studio. Yes, go to our studio, download the R Studio ideally. This is too clear. So if you have your laptops, you can start downloading it, the free download with license. And this is the best place where you can work R. Yes, R Studio. So if you have it, you can add it simultaneously. Otherwise, there are ample number of platforms where you can use all these things in live. So if you want to work R, yeah. So just clicking on this, there are so many platforms where I can go work online. Apart from this, you take your mobile and check that there are so many apps for programming languages. So our programming application. So நீங்க அந்த application குள்ள போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா whatever you can see is the application has only tutorial. Otherwise, they have several things such as you can work with the languages, you can draft it. Otherwise, they have their own coding where you can work and do. So the one homework I'm going to give is just go download the app or else download the tutorial. If you have the C for your exams, just go do it, and it will be so clear and so good that you can work with it every day, one or two programs. So it's just so simple. So here I'm going to show you how to work our programming in very simple manner. So I have taken all the basic things. So before starting, I have to show you to start it with a simple programming language, right? Here. So here, just printing hello world. So this is a website called W3 Schools Tutorial. Here there is a concept called try it yourself. If I'm going to click, it will move to the next page. And here my answers will be running it. So Rல நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க print statement கொடுக்க வேண்டாம். Just ஒரு double quotation குள்ள whatever you're giving, that will be printed. For example, I'm just giving hello, not anything, and I'm going to run here. My answer will be hello. ஸோ நீங்கள் மற்ற ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜஸ் மாதிரி பிரிண்ட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்கணும், எந்த டிக்ளரேஷன்ஸ் இந்த டாப் பாட்டம் ஓப்பன் பிரைசஸ் க்ளோஸ், நத்திங் லைக் தட். ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் மட்டுமே. ஸோ ரெண்டு லைனில் ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக சிம்பிளிஃபைடாக உங்களுக்கு ஆன்சர். திஸ் இஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரோக்ராம். எஸ், வெரி சிம்பிள். அண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் நம்பர்ஸ் கூட யூஸ் பண்ணுறது. இப்போ கோயிங் டு ட்ரை த சேம் நம்பர்ஸ் வில் பி printed as it. So I've said already, so to use strings, you have to open and close it with a double quotation. If you're using the operators or numbers, you should not use any quotations. You have to use as it is. So it will be printed like this. Okay. So then the next one. So next basic thing is the print statement. So print கொடுத்தும் கொடுக்கலாம், கொடுக்காமலும் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ நீங்க பிரிண்ட் குடுக்காம ஆல்ரெடி இப்ப நான் ஒரு டெமோ காமிச்சிருக்கேன். ஸோ இன் கேஸ் இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு பிரிண்ட் இட், ஐ கேன் யூஸ் சச் அஸ் வெறும் பிரிண்ட் மட்டும்தான். ஸோ பிரிண்ட் ஆஃப் just open and close the bracket, that is normal parenthesis, and inside the double quotation use a hello world. So here my output will be like this. If I start running, my output is this. So if I want to change something, if you want to print only world or something, I run. Yes, that's it. Is it clear till now? Shall I continue or am I moving fast? Is it clear to everyone, girls? Yes or no? You can message in chat. Am I clear with the concepts? Why I'm not getting any response from your side? Yes. Yes, good. Okay. So next is the R comments. So how to use a comment statement. So here to use a comment, so I think you people know what is a comment. So comment statement is for the understanding of the user. So here to use a comment statement, I'm going to use the concept called hash. So if I'm declaring something inside a concept starting with a hash, that will be considered as comment statement. The comment statement என்னோட அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்காக அதை பிரிண்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ அதுக்கு கீழே இருக்க கான்செப்ட் மட்டும்தான் பிரிண்ட் ஆகும். ஸோ இஃப் ஐம் யூசிங் கமெண்ட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் இது வராது. அண்ட் என்ன நான் கேட்குற queries மட்டும்தான் பிரிண்ட் ஆகும். திஸ் இஸ் ஃபார் மை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் alone. ஓகே. And next is we can use multiple comment statements, and multiple comment statement ஒரு comment statement முன்னாடி you have to use that hashtag. So next comes the variables. So variables, so I need anyone to answer this. Yes. So I'm going to split my windows into two so that I can see the chat box also. Yes. Fine. சரி, இப்போ நான் நிறைய கிளாஸ் எடுத்திருக்கேன். ஸோ யாராவது ஒருத்தர் ஆக்சுவலி இங்கேயும் அவுட்புட் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. வெதர் திஸ் அவுட்புட் இஸ் கரெக்ட் ஆர் நாட், சே எஸ் ஆர் நோ. ஸோ ஒரு வேரியபிள் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, நேம் ஈக்குவல் டு ஜான். ஐ ஹவ் சேட் தட் ஸ்ட்ரிங் வேரியபிள் ஷுட் பி டிக்ளேர்ட் இன்சைட் டபுள் கொட்டேஷன், and another variable is integer, age equal to 40. So that should not be given inside any bracket, so they have declared as it is. So what will be my output? Here they have given two variable name, that is just the variable, not the print string, name of, age of. So what will be my output? No, yeah, first we can see this, then we can see the runtime input. Yes, what will be the output for this? So just simple, அங்கே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க இல்லையா? So the answer will be John and 40. So இங்க நான் இந்த print statement எதுவுமே கொடுக்கல. As it is, I've just declared everything. Yes. So simply ரெண்டு லைன்ல ரொம்ப simplified, அவ்வளோதான். 10 நிமிஷத்துல நான் ஒரு கோடிங், பெரிய கோடிங் போட்டு முடிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ், ஸோ நீங்க இந்த வெப்சைட்ல போனீங்கன்னா யூ கேன் சி ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி திங். நீங்க எப்பவுமே பை டிஃபால்ட் ஒரு காலேஜ்ல நம்ம சிலபஸ் எடுக்கும் போது தே வில் செட் ஃப்ரம் த பேஸ். So everything we will have, not only in this website, all the websites, but W3 schools, it has an option of working in live, the online compiler. So that is too good for me to work and to take the classes with my students. So there are so many things. For example, if I'm moving on to vectors or less, for example, yeah, if I move to list, so this is the thing. Yeah, so this is a list. The list has certain items. If I want to print this, what will happen? So all the items will be printed as such. The first item is apple, second item is banana, and third item is this. This is a way to print the statement. Yes, and if I want to get only one item from the list, I can also give in brackets. I've said already in the presentation that we can include the list statement. So here, for example, if I'm giving one, so already the in Python model, the starting index value will be 0. But in here, the index value starts from 1, 1, 2, 3. So here my answer will be apple. So the first item is apple. So if I'm going to give this as 3 and run, my answer will be cherry. For example, if I'm going to give 4, which is not in the list, then it represents null value because fourth item நான் declare பண்ணல இங்க எனக்கு இருக்கிறது 3 item தான். If suppose the fourth item I'm going to give something as strawberry. Okay, then if I'm going to run, the fourth item will be displayed as strawberry. So this is as such. So this is displayed here. Okay. So okay, and it is displayed like this. And here next, if I want to change something, for example, the item is apple, banana, and cherry. If I want to replace the first item apple as something else, here I want to replace it as black currant. So yes, of course, I can give that list number and I can just change it, right? And here நான் ஆப்பிள் பனானா செரின்னு கொடுத்துருக்கேன் என்னோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஐட்டம் வேல்யூல என்ன இருக்குன்னா ஆப்பிள் ஸோ ஆப்பிளுக்கு பதிலாக நான் பிளாக் கரண்ட் மாற்ற போகிறேன் ஸோ மாற்றிட்டு நான் லிஸ்ட்டை பிரிண்ட் பண்ணேன் தட் வில் பி லைக் திஸ் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் சேஞ்சிங் ஆப்பிள் இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு சேஞ்ச் த பனானா ஐ கேன் கிவ் த லிஸ்ட் ஐட்டம் as 2 and I can run this. Yes, we can give runtime input also. Everything is possible. Yes. So I will show the some lab programs which we have so that it will be easy for you guys to understand. So I will share those programs also with Uma ma'am so that I will share the presentations, the various tutorials as well all the other things, right? So here for lab program, I have something called first one is find the leap year using R programming is a simple program where I have to find the leap year. So here I'm going to give the value in during runtime. Yes, so it is possible. The simple program. So I will share all these programs. You can just copy paste it and run it. If you need to change something, you can change all here and check whether the answer is yes or no. Yes, I can share all these things because it is not the one day thing I can or a 1 hour I can cover. As you people know all the base of C, C++, these things will be much more similar and more clear so that I can cover all these things, right? So as such, I can share all these things and before moving on to that, so as I've said that there are so many things. So if I, for example, if I'm using loops, so while or for loop, so while loop, for a simple while loop. So first I declare பண்றேன் while, then print the statement. That's it. So instead here, if you want to use break statement also, I can use it. ஒரு சிம்பிளா இங்க எங்கேயுமே நான் எந்த டிக்ளரேஷனுமோ ரொம்ப காம்ப்ளிகேட்டட் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ் எதுவுமே கொடுக்கல as such if I'm going to use this so I'm trying it I've got the answer so two simples and two this so all these things I can give like this okay. ஸோ வெரி சிம்பிள் ஜஸ்ட் கோ ட்ரை இட் அண்ட் ஒர்க் இட் இதே மாதிரி நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கேன்னா நிறைய ஆப்ஸ் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு ஜஸ்ட் கோ இன்ஸ்டால் ஆல் தோஸ் ஆப்ஸ் அண்ட் யூ கேன் ஸ்டார்ட் தோஸ் திங்ஸ் ரைட் ஸோ தோஸ் ஆப்ஸ் குட் பி டன் இன் திஸ் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் ஓகே Okay, done. And and thank you. I think I've completed almost all the basic concepts. And if you need any queries, you can contact my WhatsApp number and through my mail. Yes. And if you need any clarifications again, and I will share all the presentations, the lab programs, and the websites of best tutorials also with ma'am. Yes. Any other queries? Uma ma'am, shall we wind up? Clear for all? Any doubt?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, one student.
ma'am, மேம் நாங்க இப்போ ஆர் வந்து படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ நீங்க சொல்லி கொடுத்தது ரொம்ப இன்ஃபர்மேட்டிவா இருந்துச்சு மேம். அண்ட் நிறைய லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கிட்டோம். எங்களுக்கு ஒரே ஒரு டவுட் மட்டும் தான் இருந்துச்சு மேம். ரன் டைம்ல வந்து இன்புட் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி நிறைய ப்ரோக்ராம் எங்களுக்கு இருந்துச்சு மேம். ஸோ அது மட்டும் கொடுக்க முடியாம அந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் மட்டும் நாங்க பெண்டிங்ல வச்சிருந்தோம் மேம்.
Yeah, உங்களுக்கு சில programs, if you have it, just send it to me. I will just make it very simpler to you for your lab, and I will give you. And எங்களோட set of programs, I will just send it for your reference, right? If
ஓகே
you
மேம்.
have your lab programs to work with runtime, just send it to me. I will just do it very simplified and send it back, right?
ஓகே மேம்.
Okay, thank you.
தேங்க்யூ மேம்.
A very good morning to a very good morning to all. On behalf of all students and staffs, I am glad to express my vote of thanks. A special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. M. Rajeswari, Assistant Professor, PG, PSGR Krishnamal College, Coimbatore, for accepting our invitation and sharing valuable information on our programming. And we have learned about usages of our programming, functions, packages, etc. on power programming. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank Mrs. M. Bobby, ma'am, Head of Computer Science Department, and then I would like to thank our faculty members, students, and my dear friends. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you all for, and thank you especially for Uma for making this possible. And it was great having such as attentive girls. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us wind up the session.